Hi guys, this is April with Lazy Acres Homestead. I'm doing a video that I wasn't going to do. I struggled with it, and every time that I decided not to do it, it was laid heavier on my heart. And this video is going to be really hard for me to do because it's a subject near and dear to my heart, which we'll get into a little bit further in the video. But what I want to talk to you guys about is the Gabby Petito case. And if Gabby could tell you anything now, what do you think she would say to you? And I believe with all my heart that Gabby would say, I didn't think that he was going to do that to me. I figured I'd be around for just a little bit longer. I'm sure everybody knows about the Gabby Petito case where her and her fiance was doing a van trip across the country and, you know, taking in different sites and doing different things. And when they was in Moab, somebody actually called in a domestic violence case. So the cops went and checked it out and everything, and psychologists and everybody else said she was covering for him, that she didn't want to say nothing to get him in trouble, which are classic signs of abuse victims. And the protesters that's been outside their house has said that the neighbors has told them that they've heard screams coming from that house multiple times, and, you know, pretty physical fights is what it sounded like. But when she went missing, and they're pretty much thinking the timeline is between the 27th and the 30th of August. September 1, Brian come home with her van. Gabby not there, and he lawyered up. And Gabby's family was calling the laundries asking, have you seen them? Because we've not heard from Gabby in, you know, X amount of days, and we're worried about them because we can't get a hold of neither one of them. Have y'all talked to them? They've called them, they texted, nothing. When the cops showed up to their house, the mom and dad of Brian handed them a paper from their lawyer and said that he was exercising his right not to talk to them. Then he took off, and nobody knows where he's at. So at this point in time, he really looks very guilty. And, you know, if you're with somebody that you truly love, you expect them to protect you, to love you, to just let your spirit within yourself shine. You should be able to be the best you that you can be and it not offend them. And, you know, there's going to be times whenever two people are together, it's not going to always be perfect. There's going to be arguments. There's going to be disagreements. But you know what? It should never, ever turn physical. Whether you be man, woman, or child, it should never become physical. And if anybody is physically or mentally abusing you, get out. Because Neither one of those are good in a relationship. Yeah, you might survive the mental abuse, but your self esteem and the person that you could be is going to be altered because of the hurtful things that they say. Um, I know whenever you're in a toxic relationship that it can be very hard and very scary to get out. But Gabby would say, you know, I didn't think it was going to happen to me either. And there's always people that you could turn to, your family, the abuse hotlines, a very good friend, and they would be willing to help you get out and do whatever they could to, put you in a safe place to where you wouldn't have to worry. And I know there's been more people than Gabby that's been hurt by the hand of someone that they love. It's just this case is just right now in your face. I mean, this is the one that's most talked about. But there's been a lot of women, men, and kids that have been killed by somebody that they truly loved and adored. And, you know, guys, this is going to be so hard. I know that it can be really scary to leave somebody that you love. For one, you love them a lot. And for two, sometimes you're being threatened not to leave. My mom, after her and my dad was done, my mom got with this guy that she had known for a very long time. They actually went to school together. They liked one another then, but it wasn't nothing major. He moved, they grew apart, whatever. But anyway, he come back into her life whenever mom and dad was separated, done. And mama would come see me, or I'd go see her. And me and my mama are so close. I mean, we're really close. My mama was 16, just had turned 16 whenever she had me. And, we grew up, I respect her as a mom, but we really grew up close. I grew up close with my mom. And 16-year-old, she done a lot of growing with me too. But whenever I would see her, I would say, Mom, where'd all them bruises come from? Oh, I fell down. I was walking the other day and I tripped and I hit a rock, or, I fell down doing this, or whatever her excuse was. It was always that she had fell down or turned around and hit something or something, and that was where all the bruises was coming from. Well, Mama had never ever been clumsy, and I knew that. And I kept asking her, Mom, are you sure he's not hitting you and hurting you? No, that's not it. Well, my mom's always had very long hair and thick hair, and the last time that he hit her, he beat her in her head so much that her hair was saturated with blood and it was dripping out of her hair. He actually had to take her to the hospital. And Mom told him I fell down the stairs. And that is what happened to me. Well, I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it at all. So, me and my sister come up with a plan to get her away from him. And it worked. And Mama said, you know, I'm sorry I lied to you, but I couldn't tell you because he told me if I ever left him, he was going to kill me. And thank you, dear Lord, I got her away from him, or we got her away from him, because if we hadn't, I don't think my mama would have been here with me today. So that's the reason I said I know sometimes it can be really scary to try to get away from somebody who's hurting you like that. But also, like I said, Gabby would say, I didn't think it was going to happen to me that day. I didn't think I was going to die that day. I thought he loved me and I meant more to him than that. So if you're in an abusive relationship, I sit here before you today and I beg that you please get out of it. Because the next time may be your last time too. Nobody deserves that. As I told you, this was going to be hard. But please, any of y'all that watch this, share this video out to anybody that you suspect. Just share it out, because the more it's seen, the more people that it could possibly help. Because nobody deserves to die at the hands of somebody they love. Love's not about hurting. Love is about loving somebody and letting them be the best that they can be and always support you. I mean, like I said, there's going to be times that you're going to argue, but it don't have to get physical, and if it does, get out. So please share this out so as many women can see this as possible, so that maybe we can help somebody. And like I said a while ago, whether it be woman, man, or child, because there have been men that are being abused, kids all the time. And you know, kids, if you're being abused, then go to somebody that you trust and tell them. Because it should never, ever happen to anybody. Never. And to Brian Laundrie, you know, she looked at you with love in her eyes, and you could see that she loved you all over her face. And I hope that you see the love in her eyes, and then the fear that was in her eyes every time you close yours. I love you guys, and just remember, if any of these people could tell you, they would say, if it's happening, get out and save yourself. Because somebody loves you and will be willing to help you.